You have to feel good for the simple reason that feeling good is natural to you, not to try to make things happen. And that's what goes squirrely in those of you who come from the action-oriented world into this world of creating through the focus of your thoughts and creating through the feeling of the emotions in your solar plexus. So often you come to this work and you apply the same things that don't work so well for you in your action-oriented world to this. For example, you say things like, okay, I'll do that. I will work to feel good. I'll pay the price of feeling good, Abraham, if it will get me that. Well, there's the rub. Because in the doing it to get that, which I don't have, now I'm introducing resistance into my own equation. Do you feel what we're talking about?
Yeah.
But when you want to feel good because you want to feel good, every single thing you want, pile of money, beautiful relationships, circumstance and events, everything that you want is because you think you will feel better in the having of it. But you've got to turn it around. You got to feel better because you want to feel better, because you want to feel better, because you want to feel better. You cannot have the ulterior motive of needing to fill this void with that, because that motive of needing to fill this void will keep this void alive and active forever. You see. Did you hear that?
Yes.
We are shouting. You don't need all of that to happen in order to feel good. That's why it can be unconditional. That's why we're so good at it. There are no conditions for us to resist. We are unconditional. We know what you want is done. We don't need the manifestation to be there. The condition is irrelevant to us. That's why we're able to stay in the high vibration. You got to find out a way to do that too, you see. You got to talk yourself in to feeling good unconditionally. Did you get the job? No. Why are you smiling? I just feel good. But why do you feel good? You didn't get the job. Well, what's that got to do with anything? I just feel good. Did you win the lottery? No. Well, you look like you won the lottery. What's the matter with you? Why are you so happy? Because I just feel good. Why do you feel good? Because I want to feel good. Because I'm not thinking thoughts that keep me from feeling good. You're starting to make me not feel so good. I think I'll go somewhere else. But unconditional. I feel good because it's natural for me to feel good. It's natural for me to feel good. It's natural for me to feel good. And so, why do you want to feel good? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Why do you want to feel good? Because it feels good to feel good. Oh, I thought you were feeling good in order to make something happen. Feeling good is making something happen. Feeling good is the manifestation that I'm really looking for. Feeling good is the reason that I'm doing everything that I want, everything. Feeling good is the ultimate manifestation. It's what it's all about. And I can feel good unconditionally. Well, how do you feel good unconditionally? By focusing upon something that's easy to feel good about. Well, isn't that a condition? By finding the feeling in something that feels good. Well, isn't that a condition? Well, thought about money and I didn't feel good, and I thought about dancing and I felt better. That is sort of conditional, but I found something that I already had momentum going. I found something where I already felt good, where I didn't need a change in conditions to continue to feel good. Ooh, okay, so we're onto something here, aren't we? So you're standing, always reaching for more. But in the reaching for more, if you could just be satisfied with what is, the more must come. But if you're dissatisfied with what is, then the more can't come. So it's through appreciation of what is, by finding anything and everything that you can find to feel good about right now. And it is our promise to you, it will get better and better and better. Esther went right back to the basics. She took her notebook, believed us, took us at her words, and sat for an hour one morning and just wrote the word fun. 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 And she couldn't write the word fun long before she started to receive images and thoughts and ideas, suggestions of what is fun. So she's writing fun, and she's thinking about the trip down the river. It was really fun. And then she's thinking about fun, and she's thinking about the treasure hunt with the grandkids. And then she's thinking about fun, and she's thinking about friends on the cruise who are so fun. She's thinking about fun, and then images of really fun people came into her mind. She's thinking about fun. In other words, she couldn't just stay on the singular word fun. It began filling in with things that are fun. Law of attraction works that way. And so she began just feeling fun. She just began feeling fun. Then she began writing the word lighthearted. Then she began writing the word clarity. Clarity was a breakthrough for her, because when she began writing the word clarity and she realized how clear she was feeling, how good it feels to be clear-minded, how good it feels to have clarity about things. Someone asks you a question and you're in a state of clarity. It's easy to offer the answer. When you focus in a way that you're not introducing clutter in this moment, it clears out. It just does. And as you do it the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day and the next day, these are not the best words, but maybe they fit right here well for you. You clean up your point of attraction. You just clean it up a little bit at a time until you stand in this place of being blessed. You just stand in this place where you expect good things to happen to you. And then everywhere you go, people treat you nice. Everywhere you go, things turn out the way you want them to. It's just everything happens nice for you. And then eventually, usually, sometimes you'll meet up with somebody, usually somebody you know, usually someone who knows you, who feels jealous of how well your life is going when their life is not going so well. And then they will say to you, as they say to Esther, well, it's because you had money that happened. And Esther said, that did help. That helped a lot. That helped a lot. But the money came in the same way that comes. It all comes in the same way. And that person who said that just blocked the flow from themselves. They stopped all the well-being that was on its way to them that day by making that statement, by making that comparative statement, by saying, you get this for this reason, and I don't have that reason. You've got a condition in your life that allows that good to come to you, but that condition is not in my life. Therefore, I do not believe that will come to me, so it cannot. You see how it works? Today, we want to show you how you can tend to the only thing that is important for you to tend to, which is your point of attraction. Your point of attraction. Your point of attraction right here. What am I, you in your physical body, what am I letting in? There is a path from where you are to where you want to be on every subject, because the source within you knows what you want and knows where you are and knows how to lead you to what you want. And so we call that the path of least resistance, because if you've got resistance going on, you can't see the path. In other words, if you really want something and you're trying so hard to make it happen, the very effort that you are offering is the indicator that you've got the wrong frequency going on, and you just can't see the path. You can see the path of most resistance: work long hours, get too tired, try to get other people to understand what I mean, explain until I think my head's going to explode, need others to see it my way, justify my position, defend my position, rationalize my decision, try. That won't get you to where you want to be, and the path that you're on is miserable in the process. That's the path of most resistance. So when you begin to understand that you are a vibrational being and that you live in a vibrational universe, and you understand the physics of vibration, and you really do, you just sometimes don't know that you do, then you can have a path of ease and flow and fun and clarity and precision. Oh, clarity. Nothing more delicious than to want something and feel yourself in the process of becoming it. So we want to put most of the emphasis on what you're doing with your point of attraction. How you doing vibrationally? Do you have a big wad of resistance all balled up in you? You can tell if you're ornery all the time, or if you're fearful, or if you're angry. That's what that means. But if you are joyful, if you're feeling good, if you feel lighthearted, you remember that lighthearted feeling? You remember being a kid and having a day when nobody was on your case? They didn't even know for sure where you were. And you felt free. You felt free. That lighthearted feeling. Esther used to say to Jerry, let's go get a Coke and pretend like we're on vacation. It's like that feeling of being on vacation, that feeling that nothing needed to be done other than what I am feeling my way to. That's the way you are meant to live every single day. That's the way it's supposed to be all the time. And until it is that way, you're not going to be in a place where you're following your path, and you're going to be working way, way, way harder for the crummy little things that you're allowing for yourself instead of, don't mean to be disrespectful, but really the mediocrity that you put up with. It's stunning. It's stunning how much of what you really want you are denying yourselves of having. Oh, and then you justify, well, I want to be spiritual. I don't want to be materialistic. And we say, then you should have stayed where we are, where nothing manifests. Just think about things. But you're here for manifestation. Manifestation is the most spiritual, perfect part of the creative process. That's why everything that you know as God and source and spirit is focused here with you, out here on the leading edge. And in fact, that is the only reason that you are ever able to ever feel negative emotion, because all this source is focused with you on this path of culmination and creation and cooperation and delicious expansion. And when you deprive yourself of that signal, you feel rotten. And then you assume you're doing something wrong or that you're being denied it. You are not ever being denied anything, but you deny yourself plenty. And the way you deny yourself plenty is by getting all screwy in your vibration. Things like, I'm not a good person. Are you kidding? I'm not a good person. I wasn't born at the right time. Or my mother, it's my mother's fault. Whether you are blaming yourself or someone else, you're holding yourself in a vibrational frequency that is not allowing you what you're wanting to come into your experience. So we're eager to visit with you today. We want to help you to understand that the laws of physics that you understand, like the law of gravity, which is consistent, you don't have to go to a school about gravity. They don't say to you in your first days in school, you know, if you don't come to this class, you could fall up. Many, many children are missing. Because the law is consistent. It works the same for everyone. And you learn to utilize the law to your advantage. And the law of attraction is such a law. It is utterly consistent. It never makes an exception, and it never makes a mistake. So you have to figure out how to work within the laws of the universe. When you give your attention to something for as little as 17 seconds, at that 17-second point, there is a momentum that is discernible as another thought like it joins it, and so forth. So the more you focus, the more momentum. But the most important thing to understand about the way momentum works is that when you are sleeping, you have a reprieve of the momentum. In other words, your beliefs are in suspension while you sleep, which means the momentum of them, the law of attraction momentum of them, is slow to non-existent, depending upon how well you are sleeping. So what that means is, when you awaken in the morning, you have the opportunity to reestablish, if you want to, a vibrational starting point that law of attraction will begin to respond to right away. Now, usually when you wake up in the morning, you remember what you were thinking about yesterday, or more important, you re-achieve the emotional feeling place of what you were feeling yesterday. It's like, oh yeah, I remember I'm not happy. Or, oh yeah, I remember I'm lonely. I'm lonely now. Or, oh yeah, I remember I'm confused. But what we want you to realize is that you don't have to be the same lonely today that you were yesterday, because that night's sleep changed the momentum. But when you wake up in the morning and you deliberately, and you do, call those same people, talk about those same things, focus in the same ways, you reactivate your vibration much as it was before, but you do not have to do that. And that is the most important thing. We want you to realize